So I despise doing intros after the fact, but my intro for this video was a little bit all over the place, like this. Anyways, bought this cheap shower kit from Amazon for a ClawFoot tub. If that's what you came to this video looking for, it's coming. Ours had to do a little bit of modification because our tub was so far away from the wall. I'm sure I mentioned that 20 times in the video. But any type of D-type shower setup for ClawFoot tub, this video may be a little bit of assistance if you're thinking about doing it. So I hope you enjoy. Sorry this intro's so long. Oh, and right, meow. I'll put the picture of the kit we got. Nikki keeps letting the baby steal parts. That's basically all there is to it. Ugh. So this goes against the wall. This little sliding mechanism here locks into place. That's all locked in. And on this side it just slides in. There's an additional little ceiling bracket that you put there. But I think I might do a drop or two of super glue on all these pieces when we get ready to do the final assembly. So if you know that piece right there, not that, yeah. Ugh! Sorry about the shakiness, Nikki wouldn't help me. But all this does is loosen the daggum screw, and it pops right into here and slides over. One of the things I read was folks not getting instructions. Ours came with instructions. They just don't really tell you anything. So. A little bit of blue tape for mock up. You ready to mock this thing up? Yeah. Okay, here you go. I got rice with my tooth. Something here. So up above, if mounted to the wall, we can mount it as is. That would be our curtain placement.
It won't work.
So yeah, we definitely have to block it out. I was gonna block it out with a piece of wood, and Nikki's like, you could just block right behind it. And I was like, that is a pretty good idea. We need to bring it. Yeah, that's way too much there though. Let's put a tape measure on that Xbox Pulse. I gotta walk to the house for my tape measure and through my overgrown yard. There we go. That's the word. I gotta do that too. But get the house a little bit closer to done. Then I have to spend a week or two just cleaning up the yard. It's been a construction site for too long. These are all my mulch piles. We pushed those up last weekend. David brought the tractor over and did most of that. And then I played for like, you know, a long time and got nothing moved almost because I suck at driving a tractor. Anyways, plumber's putty. I need to find some plumber's putty. And so I may pause this job until next week if I don't have any. And we'll do something different. Till next time. So here's where I'm at with this stupid project. Alright, well, I'll flip you around. So this thing is the D one. Not the one I originally wanted, but it was the best one I could for my situation. I got way too much of a gap here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this pine board, actually not this pine board, but one very similar, and that's gonna go up against here as a ledger. And then I'm gonna take these big hunkin' chunks of cedar as my spacers, and I'm going to drill this into that. Possibly put a shelf across the top too. But that might be for a later date. But I also thought about putting another piece of pine on the front. So we'll see. But as of right now, pine. I'm gonna screw these into the pine board from the back. Then I'm gonna nail and screw it up there. So that's where we're at. Alright, so this is the worst part of this whole freaking install. This right here is a little tiny threaded connection that connects into this little coupler, and it screws in here. But it's impossible to get this thing to hold itself up straight, so when you're trying to align everything to make everything work, it takes at least 2 people to try to hold this, the shower curtain, the whole freaking 9, just to get it lined up. But I'm gonna flip it around, put it on time lapse. We're gonna see if we can get this thing leveled up here. And I went ahead, not sure if it's gonna work, probably gonna have to take it apart again. Junior's watching Cops or something boring, but he's about to help me. So I got the shower curtain actually mounted. These are my cedar spacers. I'm thinking about putting a shelf up here on the top. And so we're gonna try to get this mounted against the wall. We're just gonna finish nail it to the wall for now, and if that works, we'll look for studs and screw it in and make it nice and taut. But I've got a screw in that top part here to make sure all this lines up with a spigot head. After that, it should be all downhill or uphill. I don't know. So me and Junior got this thing up. The boards itself is level. This side's a little bit down, so we're gonna loosen it up there, slide that up. This has a ceiling mount, the thing you're just touching. And so it goes up to the ceiling and kind of holds this side nice and tight. And then that side, you're supposed to get held by that. But I've got some extra hardware stuff that was left over from previous owners for something. And I'm thinking I might actually take and do something from here to here, just to make it a little bit more sturdier, because I don't trust that connection down there. That's a piece of junk, and if it fails, it's going to be down there, I'm guessing. So, whew, it's warm in here. So, this thing, Junior helped me get it up here, and I think it turned out pretty swanky. I'll flip you around, we'll talk through it a little bit. So hopefully, if you're doing one of these ClawFoot tubs, this kit right here, I want to say is like 150 bucks or right over it. It's the jumbo kit. I think I already said that though. And if your tub is closer to the wall, you want to do weird modifications like this, but you could have done anything. You could have built like a shelf bracket. You could have possibly went to the home center and bought something that's a little bit longer and make the pipe longer. Then you probably need a little bit more of these bad boys. I'm gonna try to go on Amazon and see if I can find if they sell something like this separate. Because it might be something nice to put over on this other side, or even heck in the middle there, because it's just it's pretty weak material. I am nervous about that. I've got to buy plumbing stuff before I can actually test it and let it ride. But I don't like the way it turned out. I'm still gonna go back probably and put a shelf up top. But you won't be able to see any of my fancy modifications once the curtain goes up, so it kind of makes me sad, but I like it. These right here, it's all self-explanatory, little set screws, Phillips heads, everything, so it's not hard to do. And I don't know if I can suggest this kit yet or not. I'll get some water to it and let you know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're not already. It's free. You having fun, kid?
Where's Daddy? There he is!
So we bought this dumb shower kit off Amazon for ClawFoot Tub, and basically, came with a box, boxes would beat up, some parts would, didn't take any damage to actual parts, but the boxes inside the boxes would beat up. Basically, show you, I didn't even hope you see what this looks like. This is the actual shower tube, it comes off, and the kit came with a spigot. This is the jumbo kit. All the metal seems thin and dainty. So, let's see how it works. The reviews were mixed on it. Said for what it is, oh that was cool. For what it is, it does pretty good. So, this is the basic shape, it comes out, it's that one. Mounts it against the wall.